Hello everybody, welcome back. Just thought we'd have a look at the tank today. It's doing wonderful. Fish are all happy. And everybody's eating like a champ. It's such a good feeling to get to this stage. Um, you know who I don't pay enough attention to? These guys. Skirted Tetra. Now these fish get a horrible, horrible bad rap. And they were not on anybody's list for compatible tank mates for Discus. I just want to put this out there. Like everyone, you go to pet shops and stuff, and people talk about these skirted tetras, and they'll be like, "Oh, they're fin nippers, and they're aggressive," and they'll say all of those things. And it may be true if your fish are smaller than them, but these are Amazonian fish. They live in the same waters as Discus, and they are very compatible with Discus. They do not bother my Discus at all. They, in fact, don't bother anyone other than themselves. And the trick with these guys is you want to have about 8 of them. That's what I've got, 8. They say at least 6. That's probably true. So I bought 8. And that's it. As long as they have a big enough school for themselves, they will not bother your Discus. And they're a great analog fish, especially when you have really small Discus. Like, don't mix Skirted Tetra with like month-old Discus, because then they're bigger than your Discus, and that will be a problem. They'll bully. But as long as your Discus are larger than the Skirted Tetra won't mess with them. They won't mess with anything bigger than them. And that's that. So they're a gorgeous fish. You see I have a couple of the glowfish in here. I've got a blue one and I've got a yellow one somewhere. He's out of sight right now. But oh, there he is back here. And I actually kind of wanted to get all the colors, but I'm not buying any more fish because I don't want to introduce anything else to my tank, or potentially introduce anything else to my tank and possibly bring in, Armageddon. So some kind of virus. So yeah, I'm done purchasing fish. What I have is what I have, and when I get new fish, it'll be because the Discus start breeding. And that's probably at least 6 months away. Although I'm getting some incredible size, like these guys here, snake skins. They're in the 5-inch range. So is Big Red's probably 5 inches, and this guy back there, Jesus, he might be the biggest fish in the tank, and he's not the oldest fish in the tank. He's growing like a bat out of hell. That fish is as old as the snake skins. I think about 6 months. And Big Red's probably about 7 months. 'Cause he's a little larger when I got him. But, yeah. That red Turk is just growing like a bad weed. Little muscles on him. I think he's going to be a male. He's kind of got the straight back fin and the long little bottom fins. So, but I mean, do they breed based on size, or do they breed based on age? Everything I read says 12 to 15 months, so I should be half a year away. But then I see people with Discus the size of the one I'm pointing at now, pairs this size, that are breeding. So, like, if anyone knows, is it size? Like, am I getting into breeding territory with these 5-inch, 6-inch fish? Or is it age? Because I'm starting to think I've got to get a little more prepared if it's size. If it's age, then I've got time and I don't have to rush things. But I may need to get some breeding tanks going in a hurry. Of course, when they start laying eggs, they're going to screw up the first few times, so that's fine too. That'll give me a little time while they learn. But yeah, Skirted Tetra, great discus mates. And when you're mixing big discus with smaller discus the way I am, having something smaller than your smallest discus, like the Skirted Tetra that's round like a discus, it seems to stop the aggression. The little ones get left alone. They're not the smallest fish on the totem pole because the Skirted Tetra kind of fill in that analog for them. Just because they can see there's a smaller discus looking fish around, it helps the pecking order problems. It helps a lot. So yeah, they're cheap and they're hardy and they live a long time. So your neons will last a year, but your Skirted Tetras will last 5 or 6 or 7. So you don't want to have to buy new fish every year, because then you're introducing the risk of disease. So yeah, don't be afraid to use Skirted Tetra as dither fish for your discus. That's right. A lot of people advise against it, but I advise you do it your way. Don't do it because I said so. Do it because you want to. And you'll end up pleasantly surprised. Have a great day.